Our next comic book is Sex, issue number 3. Joe Casey continues his new series from Image, so let's see how it does. The comic opens with Warren going through the street, talking to someone on the phone. We don't know who this individual is. We can't even hear what that person is saying, but we will get back to that later. Warren does eventually meet up with those individuals. The next page is this really beautiful spread of the city. I'm glad Joe Casey allowed the artist to do more with the art because, in my honest opinion, the art was suffering in the earlier issues because literally, like, the artist had nothing to do. I really love these establishing shots. Simon's on a yacht with the mayor of Saturn City, and he's talking about kind of general subjects like how the mayor rose to power and what issues he faces in the city, and how Simon Cook has kind of left the city for 1 or 2 years, and now he's back, but the mayor thinks he really hasn't changed. And we don't really hear the full conversation because it goes back to Larry, and she's there, I'm assuming, to pick up Simon, and Larry is actually being hit on by, I'm assuming, one of the mayor's guys, Mr. Tucker. And there's like a nice back and forth dialogue. They're trying to figure out what they're talking about, as us as the audience are trying to figure out what they're talking about. And she gets hit on. And he does it in a pretty sly way. But moving on. So at the opening, we saw Warren talking to some individuals, and we figure out that he went to the nice restaurant. I'm not even joking. That's the name of the restaurant. Seriously. Whatever. Moving on. Honey, you want to go out for dinner? Do you know any nice restaurants? Okay, no, I'm done. Anyways, so Warren's there, and he's talking to these group of people, and they're telling him about Saturnalia and what that might mean. They don't really give him an answer to what it is, but they say that they're going to set up a meeting, a certain meeting with a certain individual that we'll see at the end of the comic, but that it has a lot to do about money, and he has to make a deal with a certain individual. And now we turn the page to the old man, and the old man's up to his good old torture. Oh, God, it's awful. It is just horrible. It's just, you know that scene in Pulp Fiction where in the basement and he's getting raped? Yeah, it's this. Except Bruce Willis doesn't come with a katana and save the day. So the old man's basically getting this like huge, I'm assuming gimp or whatever, some guy in a leather outfit to basically rape anally Albert, who has been forcibly working for the old man. He's trying to figure out. He's basically trying to get intel. He's kind of like get specific intel that we don't know about, but he's looking for a certain individual on this list. And he believes that Alfred, that Albert knows the person that he's not letting on to. So he's going to continue to torture him. And now that we got out of that horrific scene, we go to something very much lighthearted and actually pretty funny. It's Annabella, and she's at, I believe, the eye doctor? Yeah. So she's getting her eyes examined by or the fucking eye doctor, I don't care. But while she's doing that, something it's really funny because they contrast back when she was a superhero or maybe a supervillain. But her eye is deteriorating. Her vision is just really bad for her age. Or even at her age, it's like extremely bad. But it cuts from like the doctor being like, for a person your age, this is pretty bad, and then like cuts to her back in the old days. And I guess her tech guy is like, yeah, man, you see this mask? He's like, yeah. Oh, one of the lines, this is my favorite line. He's like, fuck night vision, fuck infrared. This tech is insane. and he's just like really hyping up this mask, and then in the future, it's like, yeah, your eyesight's pretty fucked up now, and then it cuts back to her just like, I'm never gonna take this off. So it's really nice contrast to her past life and what's happening right now, and we get one of the probably the funniest pages out of this whole comic, where Warren's at this certain individual's house, and he's got this set up meeting with this woman called Consuela, and she is introducing herself. She's talking him up. He doesn't really know why he's there, and she kind of beats around the bush, not saying what she really wants. But at the end, she says, and I quote, "Perhaps you possess certain things that I desire. A young man's stamina, for one." That's porno shit right there, man. Alright, so here's my theories. Saturnalia is like a huge fucking orgy, alright? And this chick, this like gilf, I guess. I don't know, the art's not really. I'm gonna go MILF. Final answer, MILF. But I think Saturnalia, because the Greek word is festival, or I think it's Roman. The Roman word for festival, where people get drunk and all that. So I think in the context of this comic, it's gonna be a giant orgy, and this is just kind of like the casting couch for Warren. I'm telling you, that's what it's gonna be. I'm calling it right here. And we get even more recurring characters. We get Keaton. He's at work, and he's just about to leave to go with his girlfriend, but he kind of gets met up with these two kind of huge guys, and he thinks they're about to throw down with him when they go into the back alley, but they actually tell him to join their gang, which I think they're called the Breaks. Yes, they're called the Break. They're like this notorious gang that was in Saturn City, and they're coming back up because I'm assuming since Simon Cook's superhero persona is, I guess, dead, now they're going to rise like the Phoenix. And then the next couple panels are Keaton having sex with his girl, and he's telling him about the offer. And he's saying how he might just kind of go in there to be kind of a double agent, or just to snoop around. And the last page is just Cook staring out of a window. About the good and the bad. Good art. I like how there's more establishing shots. When you give the artist something to draw, he draws it perfectly. Yeah, really good art. Of course, since this artist has been doing a lot of sex scenes throughout the entire book, I like how they counterbalance the horrific kind of rape scene that happens with normal sex, consensual sex, if you will. So I'm glad it wasn't just rape, and that's the only sex we got in this issue, because that would have been fucking sad. Oh my god. But yeah, that scene in particular is tough to handle. But anyways, no, I'm getting off track. What I really liked is how we got all the different recurring characters, and we weren't just stuck with Simon Cook, because honestly, I'll just tie this into my one bad. Simon, come on, dude. What? You're not interesting. You haven't been interesting in the last 3 issues. Do something, goddammit. Just don't stare out windows, or have some goddamn direction. Come on, man. I'm yelling at a fictional character. But everyone else is recurring side events that happen. Annabella's, eye exam, that's hilarious. Warren's kind of porno-esque meeting. Keaton's his kind of progression that he has with possibly joining a gang. These are all interesting, and especially with Keaton's, that kind of gives us more backstory of what happens before this comic. What happened in Saturn City. And yeah, I really enjoyed this issue. I'm gonna give Sex issue number 6 a 4 out of 5. It was definitely good. Yeah, I'm glad Sex is getting back on track. Hopefully, we just need to see Simon Cook, join everyone else, because everyone else's stories are much more entertaining.